So Thomas, how important are scripts?
Absolutely important. I think that if you don't know your scripts, you don't know what to say. So I think that learning the scripts and learn how to internalize them is going to make you better at your craft. And more importantly, you're going to be able to listen to what their needs and wants are.
This is one of the things that stood out to me from the very beginning. And I grew up in kind of a Mike Ferryite, right? And I really nailed me, and quickly, early in my career, and I'm thrilled about it, is being able to spend time with Mike Ferry and then with his sons, Tom and Matthew. And Matthew's still a really good friend, and the Ferrys are still good connections. So what really stood out to me is how important communication is and how important knowing what you're saying is. And I think the best analogy that I think I heard is, what's the difference between an amateur and a professional? Right? And the major difference, let's just take golf, right? I don't play golf. I drink beer well in a golf cart, and I can smack a ball around like a couple times a year. That's about the extent of my golfisms, right? But if I really wanted to become good at golf, I'd have to actually make some decisions. Would you agree with that? And
100%.
I'd have to commit to doing it. I'd have to take the time to do it, and I'd have to really want to do it. All three of those things, I have zero interest in any of it, so I wouldn't, right? But if I did, I'd have to make those choices, and I'd have to probably take a couple of lessons. I'd probably have to spend some time on my own on the driving range, right? I'd have to smack some balls around. I'd have to get good, and I'd have to practice, right? And I'd still be an amateur, just going a little bit here and there, just doing a little bit of what I'm doing and just practicing. And the difference between an amateur and a professional is the amateur actually gets paid, or the amateur doesn't get paid, the professional gets paid. So the amateur golf league, the professional golf league, same sport, same time, same process, same form, similar swings, different outcomes, because the best of the best are making tens of millions and hundreds of millions, almost $1 billion, and the amateurs are just getting drunk, smacking a ball around, sneaking time away from the house, right? So when you were vice president of Lennar and sales, how important was scripting to that world, to your sales force? Did you just let them willy-nilly walk around and say, just go sell my shit, tell them about the house?
No, not at all. Everything was a canned presentation. Between the first time that they walk in there, when you're pre-qualifying them, asking them questions, I mean, you would have a registration card that they would have to fill out, basically. You would have to take them on a tour, basically, you know, with a canned presentation, and walk in there from the minute that you walk into the home, and you're explaining, you know, what's to the left, what's to the right, the kitchen, things of that nature. So everything was canned presentation.
But why?
The purpose of it was because if you didn't have a canned presentation, you were going to be like all over the place. You're going to be missing the valid questions that you need to know and find out if this person is really interested in purchasing this home, or questions about the particular floor plan that you have to ask, because at the same time, what you're doing, you're gathering information. So having those scripts are going to allow you to gather the information that you can go for the close. And
when we get a little bit further, let's go at this. I want to hit 738.55 for a second, because I haven't touched on that yet, this whole session. So this is a communication. Imagine a pie chart, if you will, right? You have 7% is a little small wedge, 38 is a little bigger wedge, and then 55 is the biggest wedge of the pie chart. So 7% of communications is the words. That's it. It's just the words that you say, the 7%. Now the 38% is the tonality. It's actually how the words sound when they're coming out of your mouth, right? That's just it. And then the 55% is the body language, is actually how you're standing, because your body controls your tonality and your emotional state of mind, right? So you have to have this energy. You've got to keep flowing. I mean, I'm standing up presenting to you right now because I have more energy. I'm actually able to move and do the things that I want to do, because I know in order to transmit what I want to you guys, I want you to see, I want you to feel it. I want you to get more of the energy that I actually have for you. And my words, I know what I'm going to say. Guys, you're looking at my PowerPoint. That's my freaking script. Why do I have a script? Because I respect your time. And I want to make sure that I hit the important points for me, so you get the most value I can get in this time that we have together at that point, right? So 7% is absolutely critical. The 93% is what generates the wealth, okay? And for some reason, the 93% can't come through until you have the 7% down, right? You've got to internalize these scripts. Now, I know, I get it, I hate it, I was with you, I resisted, I pushed, because Cam's presentation sucked because it's not my words, it's not my style, it's not my flow, it's not my vibe. Get over it, guys. Right? Get over it. Get over it, get over it, get over it. If you can't get over it, you're going to be broke. Okay? I can't say it any more lovingly than that, right? I'm saying this in a very loving fashion. Get over it.
Jeff,
get over it.
Can I
Yes.
can I add one thing? I mean,
Yes.
how many celebrities are being paid by reading scripts?
Right.
Right?
No, you're
Hundreds
right.
of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, right? What's the difference? Why do they get to make millions of dollars and why can't we? You know, we got this internal thing in our head that we're gonna sound robotic, but at the end of the day, they're getting paid by reading those scripts.
Here's what I thought was really fun and really stuck out into my mind too, as I was learning scripts and starting out in my career on this thing. And it really hit me. I was in New York, right, on a trip. I'd just gone for a weekend to go hang out in New York with a girlfriend at the time. And you know, they sell all the crap on the sidewalks and the things that are around there. And one guy was selling a bunch of script books, right, from different plays and sitcoms and everything. And I bought a script package from the old show Seinfeld, right? And it had some episodes and, you know, inside there. And it was really fascinating to me because I was really into scripting. And I thought, this is interesting. So I would read it and I'd look back through the whole page, and you know, unless you could picture the outcome of the presentation of the delivery of these words, it wasn't even funny, right? The funny part of Seinfeld was the facial expressions and the things. And those of you who remember watching reruns on it, it's an interesting thing. Kramer does his thing. It's just the sarcasm and just the delivery of some of these words. But if you just read the words, it's just like, there's nothing there. But they had to have the words internalized so they could bring forth the attitude, the energy, and the funny part, right? And the attitude, energy, and the funny part is what made them multi-gazillionaires, okay? It wasn't the words that said, hey, Jerry. It was saying, hey, Jerry, or he falls into a door and pulls his hair and does the stupid stuff and the eye gestures, right? So you can't even think about how the delivery is going to go through until you actually have the words down. Can't do it. It's not going to happen, because when you're sitting there worrying about what words you're going to say next, you're going to give out a vibe that you don't know what you're doing, okay? The vibe of you know what you're doing does not bode well for you trying to get the largest financial transaction in most people's lives handed to you to handle for them. You guys got it? So internalize the words, get them out of the way. Now, it will become you. Your style will come through, but more importantly, their style is going to have to come through. Because if you paid attention to what we've been saying and building on for the past couple of days here, it's about you slipping into neutral, paying attention to how these people are around you, and delivering your presentation in the manner that's most effective to them. Got it? So if they're a high D, your words are going to be delivered a little quickly. You're not going to ad lib. You're not going to BS too much. That's it. If you have an I, it's the same words, but you might kind of make a little bit more fun involved in the process. If it's a C, you're going to hit it a certain way. If it's an S, if they're visual, auditory, kinesthetic, you're going to present the same words, but in a different fashion. But if I'm starting there to think about what words am I going to actually say, I'm dead, because now I can't pay attention. Are they D-I-S-C-V-A-K? And I can't pay attention that they said gourmet kitchen, right? And it's the submodalities and the little modalities that we're talking about yesterday with Chris that make the money, guys. This is what creates the income. This is what creates the trust. This is what creates the bond. So if you're worrying about the 7%, you blew it, because the 93% is where the money comes from. And you can't focus on the 93% until the 7% are totally internalized. Does that make sense? All right. So neutrality is the last thing. And one of my favorite lines, songs, movies, whatever it is that, you know, you've heard the line, you had me at hello, right? And this presentation everything starts with hello, right? And we talked yesterday about it's 7 seconds is all you have, guys, to make the impression. And the first 7 seconds of meeting your potential client, they like you, they trust you, or they don't. And that's it. And a lot of it comes with the hello, the very, very beginning. And you got to be in neutral. You got to pay attention. You got to see how they actually say the word hot, hello. Okay. Because I'm throwing this slide back in here for a second, because people like people who are like themselves. There is the 3 to 7 seconds. And this is what they're looking for. More and more today, guys, the phone is now Zoom. And I'm so happy it's Zoom, because right now I could pay attention. And if I'm talking with Thomas, I'm noticing Thomas's vibe. I can hold my head the way Thomas is holding his head. I can put my facial expression the way Thomas is putting it. He's nodding his head a little bit. I'm nodding my head a little bit. You know, he's doing what he's doing and I'm doing what he's doing. And that's just a huge benefit that I did not have over the phone. So I urge every phone call I have now to go into Zoom, because it allows me an unfair advantage, because now I can actually connect. We didn't talk much about how we mirror and match, but when you mirror and match, you see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of playing with my ear and touching on my nose and rubbing on my face a little bit. These are little things I'm doing on purpose, because I can see whether or not I'm in rapport, right? And building rapport is a lot easier when it's face-to-face. It's very difficult to do over the phone. It's a very intense sales skill, which it takes a lot of practice, which I really, if you're gonna do a lot of phone work, you need to look into it. But most of our work is face-to-face. So it's just paying attention. And it's the tribal connections that we're talking about, the eye contact, facial expressions, posture, hand gestures, energy, mood, tonality, vocabulary, everything that's listed on that script right there for you. So that's just your reminder about what we're gonna do. So this is one last thing I wanna talk about this thing. Remember, every transaction is 130,000 bucks. So we're going to go into neutral and do this. But what we didn't talk about much yesterday, I blew over it because I knew Thomas and I were going to pick it up today, was this. How do you sound? Okay. How do you sound when you're speaking? Right. And I put FOS, which is an abbreviation for full of shit, right? Or in command. So, and it's all dependent on what you say and how you say it. And is your voice going up? Is your intonation going down? Is there an upswing or is it a downswing? And I'm going to show you a couple of those. Thomas and I are going to do a few role plays with you, and we're just going to make things up because we want it to be fresh and spontaneous. But I'm going to show you upswings versus downswings, and you're going to see the difference and just the psychological energy and vibe that comes across on that one. The reflexive no, I want to talk about this because when you don't have trust, everybody wants to get you out of their face as quickly as possible. That's just a human nature. It's a caveman technique. They just want you out. That's it. So that moment, hey, do you want to sell your house? No. Right? Hey, do you guys ever think about moving? No. Why? They could be boxing up their kitchen with boxes with a pod out front with their have to move to a house this weekend, but you knock on the door and say, hey, I'm Thomas, you want to sell your house? The answer is no. I don't trust you. I don't know you. I didn't invite you over to my house. I don't want you near me. Get out. But they won't say that. They're just going to say, no, not interested. Close the door. Right, guys, this is sales. This is a numbers game. It's a numbers game if you don't have skill. So that's the point. So you've got to expect the reflexive no. You've got to know that sometimes it's coming, but you learn how to mirror and match and connect so you can pass through that to keep going and go. And repeating and improving. Chris called that out yesterday a lot, talking about everything that he says, I'm going to say back. I'm going to say it back in his words. I'm going to say it back in his energy. I'm going to say it back in his mindset. I'm going to say everything back. And so we're going to engage and truly connect and really listen on this thing, because that is the most important skill is neutral. And you had me at hello. Hello is the first part of the script, guys, that makes or breaks everything. And all right, so first one I want to do, this is a new script. You guys have never seen it before. And I'm not too worried about the exact verbiage of it. I want you guys to know the concept, because to me, remind, I put the remind diamond mind. Right? Because there are diamonds sitting in this program that most people aren't playing with right now. Otis touched on it very thoroughly yesterday, right? About what can actually, how you actually do remind and work it. So here's what I like to do. I'll just simplify it. I personally feel we work in the resort markets, right on the beaches, live over on the beaches. This is just my vibe over here. And for us, which is the same thing in most of our markets right now, this is what I like to do. So let me just read the concept of the script. We're not going to deliver it and then we'll role play it. So mirror and match the greeting, and that's the you had me a hello part. This is Jeff, C21 Beggins. Listen, I'm calling about the real estate you own over on La Hacienda Drive. I live around the corner from you, and I'm just reaching out to my out-of-town owners to see if there's anything I can do at all to help during these times. And I know it's harder for you to get down to check on your investment. What can I do to help you, right? Can I do a drive-by for you? Can I take some pictures for you? Want me to do a FaceTime with you from there? You know, I'll text you my contact, give you my name. If you need anything locally, just reach out, man. You need an AC guy, you need something happens, you got me around the corner. I want anything from you. I'm just taking care of my neighbors, right? I'm just curious, what are you doing with the property? Do you rent it out full time or do you just keep it as a second home? And listen, and we'll play in a second. Now, if I come across some good off-market buyers, are you interested in maybe picking up some more investment properties around here? Great, I'll add you to my list, right? If you've ever thought about monetizing this investment, this is a really great time because rates are super low right now and inventory is ridiculously tight. And that's a really good combination if you're a seller, right? Well, thanks for your time. And I'll reach out from time to time to check on you, and feel free to do the same. Thanks for your time. Here's my information. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, got it? That's a simple thing. Now, if you were to, now be honest now for a second, if you were to use this and search for every out-of-state owner, absentee owner that lives in your town, you would be very wealthy because no one else is doing it, okay? They're just not doing it. So just reach out. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I like these people. Number one, they're probably wealthy because they have a second or third home they don't need, and they bought it and they have it, and it's a good person to know because they might want to buy more. So if it's working out well for them as an investment, they might want another one. If it's not working out for them, they might want to sell it. Either way, it sounds good. If not, people like people who are like themselves. So chances are, if they're very wealthy, this is their second, third, or fourth home, guess what their friends also have or want? Second, third, and fourth homes, right? So if you actually reach out and make a nice impression with these people, you're actually going to build your sphere. And with the caliber of person you're going to want to grow your business, especially if they own property in the marketplace which you serve. You guys got it? And I know we have people watching from all over the country right now. And so actually from the world, we got some people overseas watching right now, which is awesome. But every one of our markets has absentee owners. So this is a cool thing. So let's go through this, Thomas. I'll be the agent, you be the client, and let's set the stage. You own a property here in Madeira Beach, but you actually live up in New York. Okay.
Okay.
So how did I find him real quick? I went into Remind, I checked associated people, I saw his name, I got a phone number. Let's say that phone number was crap, but I went into 21 Online because I joined the Spark program, and now I have Forewarned as my kind of private investigative service. And I go through that, I type in his name and his address, and now I have a bunch of phone numbers. And I got about a 75 to 80% hit rate. It's not 100%, but it's damn good. So I finally tracked him down. Here's his phone number. It's a New York area code. So I just call him up and I go ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. Listen, this is Jeff Beggins. I'm with Century 21 down here in Madeira Beach. And I'm calling about the property you own down here on Pruitt Drive in Madeira Beach.
Okay. What about it?
Okay. Well, listen, I live right around the corner from you right now. And I'm just reaching out to all the out-of-town owners that are in the market right now. Just see what I can do to help, man. I know there's difficult times. It's harder for you to get down to check on your investment. So simple reaching out, man, to see what I could do to help you. If there's anything I can do for you.
Okay. What's wrong with my home? Is there something wrong with it?
I hope not. I hope
Okay.
not. No, I'm just doing a service, man, just reaching out to all the out-of-town owners. And because I know if I couldn't check on my investment property, I'd be kind of curious about it too. So what I've been doing for other people like you is just kind of driving by, snapping a picture, doing a FaceTime. It's really helping you out because I know it's an interesting time. How are things up in New York right now? How are things holding up there?
Good. I mean, with the COVID-19 and everything, it's a little scary at the same time, but
Yeah.
things that, we just pushing through it.
Yeah. That's all we can do right now is push through it a little bit, right?
Right.
So I'm curious about the house. You got a really cool house over here. What are you doing with it? Do you rent it out at all full time? Is it just a second home for you guys, or what was the purpose of buying it?
Right now it's a rental. Initially it was a second home, but because we found ourselves not being able to travel doing with the COVID-19, we decided to do a rental on it.
Okay. So you bought it as a second home originally, but not being able to travel, you just decided to turn it into a rental, which is smart, right? Get somebody else to pay the expenses for you real quick. How's that working out for you? Is the tenant good? Is everything decent? Can I check on anything for you?
It's a little tough, with the unemployment and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult now, especially because, I've got some people that are trying to evict people that can't because the laws are not allowing things like that. But are they paying right now? Everything okay on that aspect? I got a baseball bat. If not, just
Hey, come be my guest. So
listen. Yeah, so really, man, I'm just reaching out to see what I can do to help you. And if this is working out for you, fantastic. Are you interested? Do you have an appetite for any more properties? Because I know a lot of properties and people that I know are coming up all the time. So if you're ever interested in picking up maybe some more investment properties, I'll put you on my list to stay in touch with you.
Okay. Yeah, I may have to look into that later right now. What did you say your name was?
Jeff Beggins.
Oh yeah, Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to look into that later, Jeff. I mean, I have renters in there that's not paying right now. So it's just like, I could have more just kept it as a second home at this point. So
Right.
really not going good for me. Yeah.
Okay. Have you put any thought into monetizing this investment for you, or just kind of trapping it? Because I'll tell you, you've probably been reading the articles. The market's crazy low in inventory, which means people are actually paying more than you would expect for a lot of houses right now in the market. So tuck that in mind. It's a great time, especially as a seller. It's never been lopsided in your favor the way it is right now. So if you have any thoughts of selling it?
Well, the issue is I have tenants in there now, so I'm not going to be able to sell it right now.
When's the lease up?
It's going to be up in September.
Okay, well that's right around the corner to do too. I'll tell you what, if it's helpful for you, I'll just shoot you a text of kind of ballpark of what the property is worth right now. I'm not going to do a detailed analysis for you until you actually think you want one. But just so you know, I'll just kind of keep you posted as to the value, so you can kind of tuck it in. It might be better for you to rent it out again, or it might, if you have a better use for the money, do it. I mean, I always tell people, I'm in the real estate business, right? So, but it's contrary to what you think. I tell people never sell any of your real estate ever. It's the best asset you could hold long term, especially in a market like this that's evolving. So if you don't have any better use for the money, keep it, man, and just keep renting it. But if you do have better use for the cash, this is actually a good time to untrap it.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do. So I'm going to text you over my info, and just reach out to me if you have any issues at all, short of me using my baseball bat. Right, let me know. I mean, I got AC guys, I got roof guys, I got whatever you need down the area. Just treat me as your buddy around the corner, okay? And I look forward to meeting you next time you're down. Are you guys coming down anytime soon, or?
Doesn't look like it right now.
Okay.
We just have to see. Maybe fall.
Maybe in the fall time. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, keep me posted. I got some buddies that have some great hotels and places. In case your place is rented, we can get you hooked up in some nice spots around here too.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for calling.
Good deal. You got it, Thomas. I will text you my info, and I'll stay in touch with you from time to time if that's all right with you.
Okay.
Okay, man. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay, so guys, we just made that up, but that's so spot on to how these things go. How receptive was he to me in the beginning? Not, right? I was the worst thing ever to happen to his day, which really was a great experience to have, but it's the reality, because he didn't ask me to call him. I interrupted whatever he was doing, and so rightfully so, he should be taken back in the middle. But what did he quickly realize? Was I trying to get anything from him at all? Nope. Right? I'm giving the gift, guys. It's called giving the gift, and it's reaching out to people, and it's doing whatever you could do to make their life better right now, and just talk to them. So the facts are, they can't come check on their properties. The facts are, it's a weird, stressful time for people. The facts are, it's an uncertain time for everybody. So let them talk and be somebody they can reach out to and trust. Right. So let's talk about mirror and matching for a little bit. What did I have to do to my energy level when I was talking with Thomas? I don't know if you actually physically saw this, but I actually had to drop myself down. Right. And I had to physically deflate, right, just to get into that energy level of having this communication. Why? Because at that stage in his life, he was communicating in a way that was kind of like this, and he was a little bit not enthusiastic, and he was just talking. That's just him, because that's his DNA. That's how his tribe taught him to speak, and that's just what's going on in his life right now. So if I were to come in and say, "Hey, how you doing, man? Jeff Beggins at Short One. How you doing in New York today? What's going on?" What would happen inside of his brain? Click, hang up immediately, because people like people who are like themselves. People trust people who are like themselves. So if he's in this mood and I'm in this mood, no trust, out, hanging up, conversation over. So I had to physically step into neutral. I had to say, oh God, deflate, slow down, crank it down. And I entered that world and said hi. And it started with the hello, right? I'm ready for anything. I'm in neutral. And it's ring, 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 give me anybody. I can get the old lady from Kentucky. I get the fast talker from New York. I can take the slow guy from wherever it is. I don't care. It's a sport, game on, bring it on to me. Who can go ring, 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 ring? And he said, hello. I'm like, shit, now I got to do this. Hello, right? But I just jump into my script because my script is right here. My 7% is out of the way. It's right here. You're reading along with me, right? 7% is over. So now I can pay attention to, and then I use some other things to actually cranked up the energy a little bit and then dropped it back down just to see if I had his attention, which we did. So highly recommend you do this. We will send out this Remind script to you. I hope you guys like it. And if you're looking for business, if you don't have any business right now, if you don't have a sphere, if you're not working FSBOs, not working expireds, this is a gold mine of activity. Because if you just sat here and talked to 20, 30 people a day, it's impossible for you not to find business, right? It's physically impossible for you not to engage this conversation, to have a conversation where he says, you know what, my buddy's looking to pick up a house over there. Or, hey, you know what, you have any other good deals? I just sold my company. I'm sitting on some cash. Give me some good opportunities. If you're having 20 conversations a day, 100% guarantee you these things are going to happen to you. You guys get it? There's no excuse for not having more business than you can handle right now. And so that's our job, is to bring you these different ideas along the way there. Okay. So here's another one. This is called, I need your help. Okay, because I need your help. And let's go through this concept real quick here. So it's ring, 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 same thing. I'm just going to read it first and we'll role play it. I need your help. So this is to my buddy. This is to my friend. This is to my sphere. These are to my friends on Facebook. These are from the people that engage with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. This is my cheerleading squad. This is my true circle. This is not a phone call random to the people I don't know. You guys get this? So there's people that you know, people that you don't know. This is in the to the people that I know bucket is right here. So Thomas, I need your help, man. And it's ring, ring, ring. How you doing? Hey, Thomas, you got a quick second? I really need your help. He's going to say, what's going on, Jeff? How are you? What's up? What's up? Because of course, he's my friend. You want to help your friends. So this is the concept. Listen, we got a serious problem in real estate right now. And guys, this is true. And I want you to know how serious this problem is. It's big. So we have a serious problem in real estate. Buyer demand was totally pent up during COVID, right? And now it's completely unleashed. And at the same time, interest rates have fallen to their all-time lows, which are now in the 2s in many cases. And it's the busiest we've ever been as a company in the last 30 years. We're selling 20, 30 homes a day, right? It's nuts, right? And to make it even crazier, people are beginning right now, Thomas, to realize that they're loaded with equity in their own homes and that they could put that equity down on another house. And with crazy low rates the way that they are, they actually have lower payments than the house that they have now, and they're living in a better place. It's crazy. Here's where you can help. Listen, you know people I don't know. We need more homes to sell, okay? So I'm curious, who do you know that's even remotely close to considering a move? Just remotely thinking about it, or might possibly, hypothetically, might consider a move if the price was right. It's that type of market right now. So let me help you for a second. Let me think for a second. Who do you know? Do you know anybody who's pregnant or having kids or just had kids? Who could you think that's getting a divorce that's right now? Who's going through a life change? Who's got a job change coming up? Or who just might want something different in their home, especially after they've been quarantined for a while, right? Who can you think about in your life right now that's doing any of these things? And then he's going to say whatever he says. Cool. Can you connect me with him? Great. If you can't think of anybody, then say, hey, no problem. Will you please keep your eyes and ears open for me? And I'll check back with you periodically to see if you've heard anything. Thanks for your time. Man, what's going on in your world? What can I do to help you? Right? That's the end of that script. Guys, this one's powerful. And there's a lot of psychology in this one, and I want to dissect it, and then let's role play it a few different times, right? So we took the psychological need of I need your help, because that just pulls on the strings of the people that you do need their help, because everything in here is absolutely true. And so there should be no internal conflict. There's nothing to piss off the drunk monkey. It's all absolutely true. So they know people you don't know, so you need them to think about it. Now, there's a universal issue. If I say, Thomas, who could you think about that wants to sell their house? That question is too big. It's too big of a bite to chew. He can't chew it. He's going to reflexive know me and say, dude, I can't think of anybody, but I'll keep you in mind. Have a good day, bud. I hope all's well, right? I'll get the blow off, okay? But I'm going to short circuit that by doing something called chunking down, okay? And chunking down is kind of fun because I'll do a visual illustration of chunking down for you real quick. Let's watch this for just a second and move me out of the way. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Thomas, who can you think of that wants to sell their house? Okay, Thomas, you know people all over the world, okay?
Right.
So this is like a Google Earth search in Thomas's brain. It's the query's too big. He can't process it because right now, if I say, hey, who do you know that doesn't live in the US? Boom, he's going to think about his buddies that he's met in his travels in Spain and in England and in Germany and all the different places that he's been. And I can control his thinking by chunking it down. So it's so big. So I said, okay, who could you think of in the United States? So let's just go through this example. Watch what your brain does. So think about the world. Think about North America, right? North America is big. Think about the United States. Think about the eastern seaboard of the United States. Think about the southeastern seaboard of the United States. Think about Florida, if you will. Think about the west coast of Florida, if you will, right? Think about West Central Florida, if you will. Think about the Tampa Bay DMA. Think about Tampa Bay. Think about Pinellas County. Think about Central Pinellas County, right? Think about the Gulf beaches. Think about the stretch of the Gulf beaches. Think about Madeira Beach. Think about Johns Pass Village and the Sandbar, right? You see, now I can actually bring you down to thinking, and this is what happens with your brains at the exact same time. So what I do is say, okay, Thomas, who can you think of? Boom, too many. Thomas, who can you, and let's honestly do this. Do you know anybody right now that's pregnant, having kids, or has had kids in the last couple of months?
Yeah, I actually, I know my wife has a cousin that is pregnant, is about to have a kid.
Okay, guys, watch what I did. Watch what just happened there. Okay, I forced his brain to search something that I wanted it to search. Okay, right now, 2 minutes ago, he wasn't thinking about his wife's cousin. She was not even possible on the page one of a Google search result. Okay, did not happen. I just did it say, are they cool with their house? Are they renting? Do they want to buy? Do they need more room? What's going on with their world? How can I help them? Right?
Oh,
I
they're
can ask
renting
that.
right now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit, with interest rates, I'm seeing people getting rates in the high twos right now. If they're in any position to buy, they're nuts not to right now. So next time we talk with them, shoot me their number or give me theirs, whatever you want to do, but let's see if I can help them. Okay. Who else? Hey guys, this is my friend. We're talking, right? If he calls me because he's in the insurance business and says, hey man, who do you know that's just getting ready to buy a house or doing anything? Who can I help? I'm going to help him. He's my buddy. He's my tribe, right? It's what we do. And then next question, who do you know? Do you know anybody who's might be going through a divorce, unfortunately, right now? And I'm just talking about real estate situation. You know anybody who's even thinking about it or is doing it, and it's going to require them selling their house because this is the time to get the maximum amount that they could split. It's in their best interest to do it right now if they're going to do it anyway. So do you know anybody at all that's thinking about divorcing right now?
Yeah, I do. Matter of fact, one of my neighbors.
Okay. Guys, this is how this works. Okay. I'm asking him for a specific output that he would not have given me if I said, Thomas, who do you know? Right. That wants to sell their house. His brain's too busy. Now with COVID, who do you know that's been right-sized or laid off or transferred or having issues that might think about selling houses or who has a second or third house or anything? Guys, I'm telling you, this market's nuts. They're getting more for their houses now than they ever had before. Supply and demand is in their favor. So all I'm trying to do is put more money in your friends' pockets. Right now is the time. So who else can you think about?
I just met a friend boating. His wife went furlough and they live in Texas.
Oh, wow.
And,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're looking to, they actually have a second home here in Florida. So they're looking to sell their home in Texas and move to Florida.
Good for them. Okay. Man, I'll tell you what, I've got some amazing connections and good colleagues and just rock stars out in Texas, no matter what city they're in. So if they don't have any good, trusted people, let me help them out over there. and hook them up, because I know it's overwhelming. They got enough stuff to think about right now. I'll make sure they have a rock star. So put in a good word for me. I'd really appreciate that if you could, my man.
Absolutely, Jeff. Man, you my
Okay.
man, brother. I'll take care of you.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. What's going on in your world, man? How can I help you? How are the kids? What's new?
Everything is good. You know, we just keep pushing through this COVID, and the kids are getting bigger. And, you know, my oldest is driving now, so things are just happening. How about you and your family, Jeff?
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Every day gets better and better. Back to you though for a second though. One of the things I love doing is just connecting. So what are you working on right now that's kind of cool that you need something? Anybody, you need a connection? Anybody that can help you with something? Like, what are some projects you're working on that I could bring you some value?
Well, Jeff, I know you live on the water, so I've been thinking about, you know, looking at some new boats. So, you know, if you got any connections there, that would be awesome, man.
I got a good buddy of mine's a yacht broker, and he'll do all kinds of different sizes and shapes and prices and all kinds of stuff. So let me text you over his number and just tell me a buddy of mine. And sure, what are you looking for? What kind of boat? Bigger boat, smaller boat?
Bigger boat. I wanted a cruising, you know.
Oh yeah, good. Let's take some trips, man. Yeah, his name is Travers. So I'll send you his information. I was just talking with him yesterday about something else too. I get that bug myself every once in a while. Then I smack myself and say, "Don't do it." But one of these days I'll give into it as well. So, but give him a call. He's who I would buy with when I buy one. He's who I will use. Okay. So I'll send you that.
That's awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Check with Andy. Check with your cousin. See if they want to get out of renting. Let me help them. I'll hook them up with a loan officer. Let them just figure out their world. See if it's even something they should even do. And then your buddy in Texas should say, "Hey, I got one of my buddies got some amazing agents sitting over there in Austin, Dallas, wherever they are. Just let me know where, and I'll find somebody awesome."
Really matter of fact, I'll shoot you his name and number. You know, they're very interested in doing something soon. So perfect. I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity.
All right, I got it. Let's meet up. Let's catch up on the island one of these days. Get some beers.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. You too, bud. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, think about this. If you have a sphere, which you 100% do have a sphere, how hard was that? It's just not. It's not hard to do at all. It's just something that's easy for them to go through the process. And if you have a good relationship with them, this is an easy conversation to do. This is not the conversation to have with the person you met 3 years ago that's just sitting in your phone that you don't know who the hell they are. This is not that. This is your tribe. This is your world. These are your people. This is probably the 20, 30 people that are close to you in the business that you should have this conversation with. And I bet you that you will shake something out from every one of these people, because everybody knows somebody who's got life happening to them right now. And their lease is coming up. They're thinking about moving. They're getting married, getting divorced, breaking up, getting kids, whatever it is. And it's just up to us to kind of jog their memory, to kind of spit their brain in a certain direction so they can give us the information that we want, so I can help their friends. Everything I'm doing is to help him, because he trusts me, he knows me, he likes me, he knows I'm good at what I do, which is the core foundation of why I want you to do this to your sphere, right? Because I don't have to sell that I'm good. I don't have to sell any of that, because he knows, because we're friends. You guys got this? So therefore, there's no sales involved with this. This is just, hey, I need your help, man. I need more things to sell. You know people I don't know. Let's go. Let me jog your brain for a second so you can spit out for me. That's really what the script is on that one. So I want you guys to play with that a lot on this one. So give me your hand raises and let me know that you do this. So I would take a picture of it for now, and then you'll have a picture of it. You can start using it, and then we'll email it out and do that. So I get some raised hands on there. Guys, if you commit, seriously, if you said, I'm going to do 5 of these a day, just lower the bar down to 5 and say, I'm going to go through my phone and I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to reach out to Barbara and John and Chris and Rick, all the people that you know, 20 of them, right, this week, and just say, hey, dude, how are you? Notice something that I did at the end there. And I think this is really important. We call it giving the gift, right? You hear Craig talk about it all the time. And it is about, what can I do to help you? What's going on in your world, and what can I do to help you? And don't just blow by the question, right? Don't just be superficially ask them the question. Say, no, really, I did. He blew me off. And say, hey, how are the kids? I said, great, but I'm going to go back to you for a second. Really, what's going on in your world, and what can I do to bring value to you? What's going on? What are some projects? What are you working on? I know a ton of people. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe I know a publicist. Maybe you have something legal. I got a good attorney. Do you need a good accountant? What's happening in your world? How can I bring you some value? I know a ton of people too. Right? And then listen, and then will spit something out In his world, he was thinking about getting a boat. I have somebody I trust. I gave him my guy, my contact, right? But it's critically important that you give the people the gift of something of value back, because it's the law of reciprocity. You give, they give. You give, they give. You give, they give. If it's just you asking, there's no reciprocity there, guys. You get it? So you got to check in. You got to see what you can do to these people and help them along the way. Okay? So what I want to do now is I want to go back. Okay. I want to go back to Remind for a second. And Thomas, let's go and let's pretend that I called you and you're a jerk. Okay. Now, is he really a jerk? It's not fair for me to label him a jerk. He just is himself at the moment, whoever I'm about to call, and he's got life going on. And if it doesn't go my way, who cares, right? This is what we have to do. And this is a control the drunk monkey moment. And you have to be totally fine, because sales is a numbers game. Is every phone call I make going to be full of unicorns and rainbows and sprinkles and stuff? No, it's not. You're going to find people that have zero interest in talking with you, because real estate is not even on their horizon of things going on right now. I liken this to, and I do this when we're live all the time, I said, if somebody walked through that door right now and came in and say, I've got the best deal ever on tires for a car. The best deal ever. It'll be buy one, get three free. It is the best deal on tires you can ever have. Do you need tires? Right? And then most of you right now are saying, tires are fine. But there's a couple of you right now are saying, I've been riding around in these little slicks and I need to get my shit together. Tell me more about your tires. You guys got it? But there's hundreds of people watching right now, and there's probably 4 that actually need tires. You guys got it? So the business is he needs to tell people about his tires, because there's 4 people that need them right now, and there's a 100 and something that don't. Does he care about the 100 and something that don't? No, because he used that to find the 4 that do. And he gets 4 sets, he's got money. He's creating his goals. He's creating the income to fund his lifestyle. It's exactly what we're doing. So we have to just talk with people. Some do, some don't. And some people like get crippled and, oh my God, what if they say no? Or what if they're mean to me? They're not mean to you. They just don't want to sell their house, right? They don't want to buy a house. I don't want to buy a house right now. I don't want to sell my house right now. I am deaf ears if somebody tries to get me to list my house right now. Not happening. I love my house, right? I'm not buying another one right now. I'm just not. Now, could something happen next week that makes me? Maybe. I hope not, but it could. But right now, I am not a prospect. So if I am actually getting the receiving of your phone call and I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to hang up on you probably, because I'm kind of a jerk that way. If people call me to sell me stuff all the time, as soon as I hear it's a telemarketer, click. The reason why is because there's nothing I want right now. There's nothing I'm actively searching to buy. There's nothing that I'm interested in right now. I'm laser focused on the things I'm focused on right now. I don't have time for anything that you're selling me. I don't, right? This is just my mindset right now, right? So if my phone rings telemarketer, I hear, you guys hear it, bleep, in the transfer, click. Hello, this is Peggy, right? Click, I'm out. I don't even want to hear you. So that's the plan. So just deal with that and respect that and just expect it. So I'm going to call you. You're on the receiving end. Let's see how it goes. And ring, ring, ring.
Hey, hello.
Hello. Hey, this is Jeff Beggins. I'm with Century 21 down in Madeira Beach, man. I'm
What's up,
calling
man?
you, not too much. I know you own that property over on Pruitt.
What about it?
Here, and I live right around the corner from you. And what I'm actually doing right now is I'm reaching out to the out-of-town owners like you, because you live in New York, don't you?
Yeah, man. What's up, man? Why are you calling me?
I'm calling you just because I'm checking on my neighbors and everyone who doesn't live locally. I'm checking to see if they're okay. Want to come take a look at their house.
I'm not interested, man. I have people that's over there that's watching my house. I don't need anyone else watching my house.
I'm not really looking to be a house watcher for you. I'm just kind of taking a look out to see if there's anything I could do to help you, man. That's what's going on.
What do you mean help me? Help me how?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know you yet. I'm just actually reaching out to my neighbors.
But you called me.
I did.
Yeah, you said you wanted to help me.
I do.
Okay.
I don't know how I can help you, man. Listen, the reason I'm calling you is that you're on my list of people in this neighborhood that don't live here. And I'm calling people that don't live here and I'm saying hi to them and I'm seeing if there's anything I can do to help you, because I know you're not here. right? I don't know if you have a tenant in it. I don't know if it's a second home. I don't know if you care if there's weeds growing on it. I don't know if you want me to take a look at it. You know, listen, I'm just calling to see if I could be of service to some people. That's just the way it is.
All right, man. Good. I don't need your service.
All right, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm around if you need anything. You have a good day, bud.
All right, you too, man. Later.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Whatever. Right. Now I had a little fun with that too, because he was a prick and I got to turn up my prickness, right? Because I wasn't being a prick to him. I was being a prick with him because he was living in Prickville at the moment, right? He was like, oh, nah, 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 nah. So if I'm gonna like get involved with him and have a conversation, I just went back. Did you notice how the conversation prolonged? Because he was like, hey, this guy's a jerk just like me. I kind of like him, but I don't want anything. Oh, I'm being too nice. Let me be a dick again. Bye. Right. And that's just kind of the way it evolves on that one. But who cares? Look at the mindset. I don't care. Right. I'm going to talk to 20 people today. I need to find 1 or 2 this month. And it wasn't him. Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? He doesn't remember me. Right now, he's forgotten me already because he's going back to watching Wheel of Fortune or whatever the hell he was doing when I called him. Right. So it doesn't matter. But now the point is I'm going to make the next call. So let's make another one. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. This is Jeff Beggins down in Madeira Beach with Century 21. How are you doing, my friend?
How you doing, Jeff?
I am doing just.
Where'd you say you was calling from, Jeff?
Madeira Beach, where you have your house over on Bahubiwat Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of your neighbors. I live right around the corner, work right around the corner. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's Florida doing out there?
You sound like you're doing good. I want to be doing good like you're doing. The weather is hot and muggy and nasty as always, but it's awesome and amazing at the same time. How are things in Illinois right now? Because I know you live out in Chicago. I noticed that.
Not bad. You know, it's okay. We're surviving.
You're surviving. Good deal. Tell me about the house over here. What I'm doing right now, because I know with COVID, everything's a little difficult with people. I'm reaching out to all of the out-of-town owners, and I'm just saying hi. And I'm seeing if there's anything at all you need related to the house down here. I don't know. I'm sure you have neighbors or friends, but I'll be a reliable third party. If you need, I'm taking pictures for some people. I'll do a FaceTime, show you the condition, check on a tenant. If you need an air conditioning guy, I got a Rolodex of everybody in the planet. So I'm just kind of reaching out to provide some value in this time to see what I can do to my neighbors, man. So that's why I'm calling you. What can I do to help you?
You're one of those good guys, huh?
Hey, you know what? I would appreciate it if I didn't live somewhere and somebody called to check on me. So that's kind of how I operate my world. So what can I do for you? Anything I could do for you at all? Or what are you doing with the house right now?
Well, Jeff, we got it as a second home. You know, as you know, Chicago can be really cold.
Yeah.
I'd like to go somewhere warm. Hey, you know what, Jeff? I just remember one of my landscapers quit on me, and something happened with his machine or something. But hey, how's the grass looking? Because nobody told me about the lawn. Is it looking good?
You know what? Yeah. I've got a meeting a little bit later today. I'll swing by. I'll take a picture of it and I'll text it over to you. And if you need somebody, I got a great guy. His name is Billy. He's been doing my lawn for 25 years and just reliable and awesome and good value too. So if you need somebody, I got your back. And then I'll shoot you a picture later on.
You got some good rates, huh, Jeff? You got some good rates?
Yeah, right. He's been working for me too. So yeah, anything else you need. You store my number as Jeff, your neighbor, buddy, Century 21, Madeira Beach, whatever you want to call me. But I'm your resource, right? Whatever you need, I got your back down here on there. So what are you guys doing? Do you rent it out now? Is it just sitting here waiting for you to come back down, or what are you guys doing with it?
Just sitting there waiting for us to come back down.
Well, get on down here. It's gorgeous. Go sit on the beach.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, I hear all about Florida and that COVID-19.
It's a little,
it's
out of control right now. It is a little out of control right now, but you know, a lot of us are still social distancing in the right way and just keeping it. It is what it is, right? So that's kind of why I'm checking. How's things under control in Chicago right now? Or are they kind of a little crazy?
Yeah, we're good over here.
It's all us crazy people in Florida messing things up for everybody.
Yeah, y'all like the beaches. Y'all like the party.
That's right. We can't help but be close to each other. It's an interesting thing. So listen, I'm going to go by, take a picture of it for you. Are you in the market for anything more? Because there are some people taking advantage of this awesome market right now and selling. So if you want to add some more to your investment portfolio, I'll put you on my list. If you've ever even remotely hypothetically thought about selling it, It's probably worth more now than it's ever been because of supply and demand. So you just let me know what's on your brain and let me see what I can do to help you.
Well, Jeff, could you tell me how much my home is worth? You know, because we might be thinking about selling. I mean, it's an option. It could be an option if the equity is there. You know, I purchased about 5, 6, 7 years ago, so
I see
it might be something there. You know, so could you help me out with that?
You're sitting on good equity, yeah. But more importantly than that, you did buy it at a great time 7 years ago. It's absolutely gone up significantly since then. But I don't want you to sell it because it's the best asset, one of the best assets you have, because this town is really appreciating well right now. So unless you have a better use for the money, you should keep it. Right? If you've got something else you want to do with the cash, you've got a nice amount of equity in there, and I'll help you untrap it so you can go do something else with it. But it's really something you should keep if you can. But if you have something of better use for the money, I'm happy to show you what it's worth.
So what you're telling me is that I should keep my property and use it as an asset. So how do you gain from this, Jeff?
You know what? I'm one of the rare guys that I'm just doing what I think is best for you. And everyone I talk to, I tell them, don't sell your real estate. It's the best asset ever. But life happens, man. There might be something else you want to do with cash. There might be something up there you want to do. You want to do things for family or friends or whatever. You're sitting on a nice asset right now. So if you want to keep it, I suggest you keep it. If you want to know what it's worth, I'll show it to you. And that'll kind of lead to a decision path. But you got to convince me that you got a better use for the money, or I'm going to wrestle you and tell you to keep it.
So can you tell me about that Airbnb? You think that might be an option?
It's a great option, but not in the street that you're on, because you have a 6-month minimum rental restriction where you are. So if you wanted to do that, you could pick up something that allows for nightly rentals and get a property management company and bring some more income in. But where you have it right now,
that could be an idea.
You know, let's do this. Let me go take a look at your house. I'm going to go walk around it. I don't need to get in it right now. And I'll give you a ballpark, a good ballpark about what you're sitting on right now. And then that'll kind of lead us down a path of whether it's a good time or not a good time. And then if it is a good time for you, then I'll show you some other things that are out there. You can kind of roll some, 1031 tax exchanges, all kinds of stuff I can help you with down the road on the time period. But first step is let's take a look at it and see. And I'm going to drive by and take a look at the grass for you real quick and see where things are going for you. Okay. And I'm going to text you back as soon as we hang up, all my contact information. And then I'll be back with you later today, and you'll see the pictures of your house and all that stuff too.
Okay. Now, Jeff, can I get your phone number just in case I have some other questions?
Sure. Yeah. You want to write it down, or you want me to text it to you?
Yeah. I'll write it down right now.
Okay. Yeah. 813-245-0015.
245-0015.
Yep. That's my cell. You can text me.
Jeff.
Call me or shoot me a text anytime you need anything down here. I got you. Okay.
I appreciate you, man.
You got it. All right. I'll chat with you later on today, and I'll shoot you a picture of your grass. And if you need somebody to cut it, I'll get somebody over there for you.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
You got it. Talk to you later, man. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right. So how did that one go? Better than the one before. And did you notice how I don't pounce? Right? Did you notice that he basically asked what he could get for his house? And I could have said, well, I think you're getting about $320 a foot, but that's what that's sold. I think you said, I think you should get it. This is really now 49. I think I get it for you when you want to know that. I said, listen to agreement. No, this is not it. This is I don't know. Let me go take a peek. Let's see what's going on. I don't think you should sell it. Right? And that's an honest statement, guys. Honest statement. They should not sell that real estate if they don't have to sell that real estate. And they'll appreciate you for telling them the truth. Right? It is not self-serving. It is not commission breath related. It earned me way more trust in his brain already because I'm not trying to get anything from him. I'm advising him, right? I'm giving him information and knowledge to take with him to the next spot. You guys got it? So that's what we're talking about here, is just providing the value and just bringing it on for him. All right. So with that said, that's what we had time for. What else you want to add? Anything you want to add to that, Thomas? Any questions, any chats? I don't have the chat open right now. We got a lot of activity in the chat. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So I think Rachel said, if you are brand new, would it be helpful to say, I can help me practice with my script by being a guinea pig to your sphere of influence, or just practice with fellow agents? I believe either or. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, here, let's wrap up with this one, because you have to practice. You have to get good. You have to make sure that you're awesome with this, guys. And if you're not recording yourself right now, you're out of your mind, right? Free recorder, go to the App Store, get a recorder app, just hit your video button on your phone and record yourself. You have to see how you're sounding. Zoom record yourself, do something, guys, but you have to know what you're sounding like right now. So role play with your husband, your wife, your spouse, grab another agent, go to lunch, go sit there, go do a Zoom with them and say, let's do FSBOs back and forth. Let's do from 11 till 12. I'll be the FSBO, then you be the agent, you be the agent, I'll be the FSBO. Go back and forth and role play and practice. If you need somebody, right, just jump into the chat and say, I need a role play partner, and talk to your partner, your manager, send some emails. You know, friends in the office, you know, if you're brand new, talk to your manager and say, get me a role play partner. We'll help match you up, guys. But for those of you who want to get to a next level, you have to be able to role play this, right? I followed the script, but the script's just the guide, right? The real connection started with how we're actually talking with them. Okay, Peter, are people in your office spending a lot of time on this remind approach? FSBOs and expireds would be a better ROI. It depends, Peter. FSBOs and expireds are awesome, but absentee owners and reminds, it's a longer tail play. It absolutely is a longer tail. Expireds are quicker hits. FSBOs are second, but remind is another longer term. If you're going to geographically farm, this is a great aspect to do it, because if I wanted to just take this section of Madeira Beach or Reddington Beach or Tampa or Bradenton or Ocala, and I just want these neighborhoods, this is the way to get to know the neighbors and really do that if you're going to geographically farm. So that's the answer to that one. Jessica, I'm glad you like it. And yeah, role play, guys, and record yourself. And I love it when you guys record them. You can send them to me. I'll help with critique. Your manager will help you do that. And guys, we're in the same team here. We want you to get better. The better you can be, the better it is for all of us. We're all in the same boat. We're your partners in this business. So yes, practice, 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 and then practice some more.
Yeah, Brent Ledwick said, I've used all these excuses for not using scripts. Your point just blew all my excuses out of the water. So right on,
Good.
Brent. There it is.
Thank you. Our job here is done. I appreciate your time. And then we're going to take a quick break, and then Chris is going to hop back in. And then you guys are stuck with me one more time. We're going to be doing the actual listing presentation and going through this and dissecting it. So Thomas, thank you as always. Appreciate all your input there. And guys, we'll see you back in just a couple minutes here.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.